There are simple ways that music artists are not using to get more exposure for their music. Let's talk about it on this episode. Join me in my mission to help put at least 50,000 music artists on the right track to be independently successful with their music, to turn the talent that they have with their voice into gold. My name is Billy Nellis, and welcome to the Golden Voice Podcast. Boom. Okay, so let's dive in, because I think that's pretty important for me to go over this, because I'm noticing that not only the music artist community want more exposure for their music, but there are things that they are not using actually to get exposure. Simple things to get more exposure for their music, and we're going to cover a few on here, and I'm going to also show you how we can cover more, towards the end of this episode. So tune in so that you can go through the content and get some more gems in the nearest future. All right. So with that said, I think that the very first thing that a lot of music artists are not doing, and this is even at the time that we're recording this episode right here, is that music are not using their own real estate, digital real estate online, meaning they don't have their own website. Okay. So you should have your own website so that you can actually showcase your music all in one place, all organized in a way for you to connect with your fans. You see what I'm saying? So, in many cases, music artists are on social media. They're relying on a different platform and all that good stuff. But I'm a big advocate of having my own, a big advocate of ownership, so that you can have something that you control, so that if social media or something happens, at least you have your own website. Start with yourself. You see what I'm saying? You can control your own exposure by having your own website. And that's going to lead me into the second thing that music artists are not using, right? Because your website is somewhere that you're going to showcase your music and connect with your fans. Well, the connect with your fans comes with the second thing that music artists are not using, which is email and SMS marketing. Okay. And if you are recognizing that some of those things you're not using, then you're going to have some adjustments to do. And there's no way around that, unless you just want music to be an expensive hobby and not business that eventually is just going to pay you to live off of it. You see what I'm saying? So, using email marketing is the asset that you're going to build that's going to put money in your pocket. But not only that, that's immediate traffic. Okay. Instant traffic for anything that you're going to get out there, so that you can keep the audience that truly wants to stay connected with you. Right. And that's going to want to get the updates. And, if you have future release, future projects, maybe it's a venue that you're going to, and so on and so forth, that's going to be, instant traffic for you to get exposure for anything that you're doing. And I think that's important to have. Because if you don't, well, how are people going to know that you have a new single coming out, a new pre-save that you have happening? Or maybe it's, you're opening for a big artist and you want to announce that. Or maybe there's a live stream that they need to know about, right? So email marketing, SMS marketing is a must. You need to use that to get more exposure for your music, right? And the third thing that I want to share on here, and there's so many things that we can go over, but we don't want to make this too long. The third thing is that a lot of music artists are not submitting their music to blogs and music sites, right? People still go to blogs. It's as easy as going on Google or even Chat GPT. I'm telling you, use AI, artificial intelligence, to your advantage, right? Use that as a tool to find the things that are going to serve you and your music career, right? So go on Chat GPT and type in, find or list, the top 100 music blogs or music websites that I can submit my music to, that is online right now. Boom, wait for a response, and you'll be surprised of what ChatGPT is gonna, give you back. Or just go to Google and type in top 20, top 30, top 100 music blogs or music websites, and you're gonna get the list of all of them. And they're still active. They're still getting a bunch of traffic, and you can get exposure on these websites so that you can, increase your music's reach by going on there. And, if you're consistent and you're just going at it with intention, right? it's just going to build momentum for you, and you're going to start finding your people in the midst of all of that. So those are a few things that I think that music artists are not using to get more exposure. And like I said, for a quick recap, is that a lot of music artists still don't have a website, right? And a lot of music artists still don't use email marketing or SMS marketing, right? In their whole ecosystem, right? And some music artists are not submitting to blogs or music websites so that they can get the reach. And that the third one that I share on here is something that can build momentum for you, and that can be online, and is going to keep getting you traffic for, for days, weeks, or months ahead, even though that was posted, before the fact. So these are all things that you can test out for yourself. It might not work. Like, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed and it's 100%, but at least start somewhere, experiment with some of these things so that you can find your little pocket or your little lane where you can build some momentum above. All right. So those are the few things that I wanted to share with you. Now I can go on and keep sharing, but I have something that's going to be happening soon. And I want to invite you to it so that you can get more gems on how you can boost your exposure before this summer so that you can confidently increase the reach of your music before this summer. Okay. And that's going to be, of course, at the time that I'm recording this episode right here on the Golden Voice podcast. All right. So I have a virtual event coming up. Okay. I have an Indie Artist Summit coming up where I'm going to bring 16 top music industry experts to help you and to give you 16 different perspectives on how you can boost your exposure live. Okay, it's going to be a live event that's coming up April 24th that you are not going to want to miss. Okay, 16 top music industry experts that are going to come in, share their expertise on how you can boost your music's exposure before this summer with confidence. You know what I mean? So for the details on that, you can go ahead and comment or text the word summit. Okay, SUMMIT to 647-277-5177. So text the word summit to 647-277-5177 right now, or go to www.indieartistsummit.com. That's www.indieartistsummit.com to get the details on how you can attend the Boost Your Exposure Live, virtual event brought to you by the Indie Artist Summit, hosted by yours and truly, Billy Big Shot Beats. So that's what I wanted to share with you. You see what I'm saying? If you want to get more exposure for your music, well, you're going to have to, find creative ways to get out there. At least start with having your own website. Get the knowledge necessary for you to implement email marketing, even if it's slow or you're just starting out, email marketing and SMS marketing, and start submitting your music to blogs or at least music websites so that you can build your momentum and keep moving forward. All right. And on top of that, make sure that you attend the Boost Your Exposure Live virtual event that's coming up, brought to you by the Indie Artist Summit, where I'm going to bring 16 top music industry experts in to give you 16 different perspectives on how you can boost your music's exposure live before this summer. All right. So with that said, I'm going to sign out now. This was Billy here from Big Shot Beats on the Golden Voice podcast, and I will talk to you on the next one.